guys, it's Kayla, known as knolakay, and the Saints barely defeated the Chargers. It took an overtime and a failed fourth down conversion by the Chargers for this game to be done, for the Saints to seal the deal, and for us to officially be 3-2 and heading into the bye week. I usually don't like buys this early, but honestly, it probably couldn't have come at a better time. There's a lot of stuff that the Saints need to fix on both sides of the ball, and for our players to get healthy, because we have a couple injured players, gives them an extra week. And yeah, I'm not really happy about the way we won today at all. I'm just happy we won. I'm happy that the bye week is here, and the Saints have to clean up a lot of stuff for them to keep winning, and hopefully we go on a winning streak. But we're going to be talking about all the stuff the Saints did against the Chargers, so let's get into this video. If you want to follow me on Instagram, I have two accounts. My first one is at knolakay, and my second one is at knolakaychats. So just if you want to follow, there it is. So one of the biggest issues about this game for me was the fact that the Saints struggled so much to push the ball down the field. It was absolutely insane. The Chargers had a total of 14 drives, and the Saints defense managed to stop them 7 times. So the Chargers punted 7 times out of their total of 14 drives. So, I mean, you can talk about the defense and how trash the secondary is, which we'll get on to that later. But the Saints defense for a time in like the late second quarter, third quarter, and even in the fourth quarter, they were stopping them a whole bunch of times. And what would the Saints offense do when it was their turn to get on the field? Nothing. Literally nothing. Struggled so hard. We had like 2, 3, maybe 4 3-and-outs, which is not acceptable. I mean, the defense would get right back on the field. I mean, they would make the plays that we needed them to make, but the offense just couldn't do anything. In the third quarter, the defense held the Chargers to 0 points, and the Saints offensively only put up 3 points. I mean, like, that's just not acceptable at all. And the Saints punted 6 times. So there were 6 times during this game where we punted, which means we got 0 points. Like, I mean that can't happen. Last week I think we only punted twice. Like, that's a big difference, and it showed. The Saints offensively had a total of 13 drives, in which 6 of them they punted. So, I mean, that's just not going to win you a lot of games. They're going to have to work on that during the bye. People could argue, I guess, if Michael Thomas was there, it'd be a different story, which I can see that argument, because Michael Thomas is a third down type of guy. He would get you the first down and maybe push the ball down the field, get a little more hype and juice or whatever. But I mean, it's still not acceptable. We continue to struggle scoring first and scoring in the first quarter. The first and second drive of the Saints, 0 points. I mean, yeah, I don't know. Just a lot of play calling. I guess it has to do with the play calling. I don't know why Taysom, I don't know. I mean, glad he got us that touchdown. It was just a bit of a big call, and to put him in and take out Drew, I don't know. It could have gone bad, but it didn't. But some of the Taysom plays, man, I don't know. To me, it was just a waste of down. I do like Taysom, and I think incorporate him, but I don't know. It's just struggling with the way we're using him. Everybody knows he's either gonna run or I don't know. And then every time he does look down the field, it just so happens either he doesn't see the person who's open, or they're in good coverage basically. But yeah, I don't know. But putting him in like big situations like that, I was just like, nah, I'd rather keep Drew out. I mean, Drew was clicking at times, so like, why take him out? One thing I did like about Sean Payton's play calling aspect was that he didn't give up on the run. Even when the Chargers were stuffing Alvin Kamara and Latavius Murray, he eventually went back to it, just gave it a shot. And credit to the Chargers defense, they pretty much stopped Alvin Kamara and Latavius Murray from getting any run yards. So Will Lutz was 3 of 3. Clutch Lutz, that's all I have to say. Yeah, it was, I mean, imagine if he missed one of those field goals. It was just, Will Lutz has been so consistent and accurate. I mean, man, he was one of the stars of the game, to be honest. Marquise Callaway, since Deontay Harris is hurt, he's now taking punt returns, and he did really well in my opinion. I want to see more of him, but hopefully, Harris gets better and back. But Taysom Hill plays, I already kind of touched upon this. I don't necessarily know why in such a big moment take Drew Brees off the field, but it worked for one of them, and he got a touchdown out of that. I don't know how, but I mean, he did, so not really complaining. It just seems like every time we do the up-tempo type of stuff, like right before the half or something like that, or no huddle type of stuff, that we can like officiate better. And I know Drew usually calls the calls, so maybe that's why he's playing. But yeah, I don't know. Like, up-tempo seems to work with us. You could say like the defense is playing soft, which could be true because they don't want to give up big yards. But I don't know. Up-tempo seems to work for us. So I don't know. All right, Drew was 33 for 47, threw for 325 yards, which I was surprised. Had one touchdown. He also had a touchdown when he went over the top. Had one interception, which was really bad. And he was sacked twice, which he should have gotten rid of. He was holding the ball on too long. And, I mean, the offensive line, they've had better games, but, I mean, overall, they gave him enough time. But, yeah, it took a while for Drew Brees and the offense to get going and get clicking. Some of it has to do with play calling, like with Sean Payton. Like, I don't understand why, I don't know, like second down. Like, our second downs are such a waste of downs. Like, we'll either, like, after running it and getting, like, 1 yard, we'll run it again. And then third down, it's either you get it or we punt. Like, I don't know. Like, in some certain situations, I feel like, like, now's the time to go down and drive. Like, don't do the check downs, or like don't wait till third down to get the first down, But sometimes, like with the play calling, I just think what we do on second down is just a wasted down. It should go to trying to get the first down, not waiting till third down to get it, I don't know, that's just my take. But yeah, Drew Brees kind of started off a little bit slow. This whole offense did. Drew Brees actually had more yards than Justin Herbert, which I was surprised. But yeah, I mean, it just took a while. Drew Brees missed a couple people open. Not his best game. His best game was definitely against last week against the Lions. But, I mean, I still understand why people still want him to, like, be benched and, like, put Jameson. Like, nah, bro. Drew Brees is the best shot for the Saints to win, especially if they're down. That's the best shot right there. Yeah, I mean, I think he had a good game. Not really anything wow, except that touchdown to Cook was pretty awesome. And also the throw he made to Alvin Kamara where he went over the top and caught it and mossed whoever, I forgot who was guarding him. But, I mean, other than that, he didn't have, like, a wow game. But, yeah, I was just glad that Emmanuel Sanders went off. I'm going to read the wide receiver stats. Emmanuel Sanders caught 12 catches for 122 yards. I think that was the most catches he's ever caught, like, in his career. So that's pretty ridiculous. I'm glad he's getting going. Alvin Kamara caught 8 catches for 74 yards. Jared Cook, very quiet until he caught his first reception was the touchdown pass. I was like, where is Cook? Like, I know he was banged up and he's hurt, but he didn't really do anything. And I was like, but he made up for it. He caught that beautiful touchdown pass. He caught 2 catches for 52 yards. Marcus Callaway, he got involved in the offense. Love to see that as well. He caught four passes for 34 yards. Latavius Murray caught 2 for 23. And Benny Fowler, I don't know why Drew kept throwing him like dirt balls, basically. Like, he wouldn't really throw it like exactly where it needed to be. But, Benny Fowler got in. He caught 2 passes for 11 yards. And Traquan really didn't have a good game like he did last week against the Raiders, I believe. He only caught 2 passes for 8 yards. I was really surprised. Thought he should have been incorporated, and especially having such a couple huge games this season. I'm surprised his numbers were that low, and I didn't see him in the lineup. I mean, I think he got banged up, last week, but he came back. He played really good after he got banged up in the Lions game. So, I don't know. And maybe Sean Payton said that he wanted to get him more involved, but I mean, Emmanuel Sanders went off. Like, that was a star wide receiver. And Alvin Kamara, if you consider him a wide receiver. But those two, man, they got the offense going. And, of course, Drew. And the offensive line did well as well. So, yeah. I mentioned that the Chargers defense stopped Alvin Kamara and Latavius Murray. But their stats, Alvin Kamara carried for 11 times, had 45 yards, and Latavius Murray carried for 8 times and had 34 yards. Again, they shut our run defense down. It happens. And with the offensive line, I thought they did good, pretty good. There's some stuff that I think Armstead didn't block right, or I think maybe Pete once, but I didn't really see his name get called. But I mean, other than that, I think Drew had enough time, but. It would really be nice if Drew was a little bit more mobile in the pocket, like, not talking about, like, Russell Wilson or something like that, or, like, Patrick Mahomes, but just a little bit mobile, you know? Maybe he would, like, run to the first down, just move away, but, I mean, he's not. He's basically a statue in the pocket, but, I mean, he's just the old-fashioned type of quarterback. Now we have, like, dudes like Patrick Mahomes and stuff, but wish he was just a little bit mobile in the pocket, like Matt Ryan or something like that, like, a little bit mobile, you know? But he's not. But all right, so now for the defense. I mean, they had the big touchdown play by Keenan Allen on 3rd and 7. It was a good second effort by Justin Herbert to move out the pocket and throw that. That was a good pass. I mean, it should have been better defended by Marcus Williams, yes, but like the effort that Justin Herbert and Keenan Allen did. Oh, wow, that was good. And it was on 3rd and 7. Third downs always kill us. And I can't believe I knew we were bad in red zone, but we're, like, dead last in red zone, like, stopping. Like, we can't stop anything. We're literally dead last. I can't believe it, but we are. There was an almost sack on that play. It just didn't happen. I mean, if it was a sack, then, you know, the touchdown wouldn't have happened, but I mean, that's just what happens, I guess. Then there's a big play by Guyton. That was Lattimore's coverage. Huge play. Crazy, which led into a Mike Williams touchdown, and that was against Lattimore as well. Lattimore did not have the best game today at all. Then we had the roughing the passer, 15 yards by the punter, Dwayne Washington made on the Chargers punter. We were about to get the ball back, but then after Drew Brees threw that horrible interception, Hunter Henry caught a 3-yard pass. It was on Demario Davis. That was his coverage. It was really bad coverage this entire game. Then the defense they started slowing Justin Herbert down after he got sacked a couple times, and just he felt the pressure of Cam Jordan and Trey Hendrickson. Everybody else, he started handing the ball off to the running backs. I'm sure everyone saw, like, it kind of like the Chargers on offense kind of started to slow down, and the defense actually made really, really good plays. They had better coverage, and they didn't give all the time in the world to Justin Herbert. And yeah, the defense did its job during that part of the game, but the offense, you know, would get on the field, wouldn't do anything. Then the defense would get back on the field, but at a certain time, they were holding them. Like, I mean, that's credit there, but it was just we give up such big passes. It's just the fashion we give it up. I mean, it's different to give up like a 6-yard pass, a 10, 15, but we give up like 50-yard passes like all the time. Like, you just get tired of it, but the defense did do its part. After the defense was looking pretty good, getting stops, the big one, 64-yarder to Mike Williams. Justin Herbert throws it, and the coverage was on P-Rob and Marcus Williams. I think there was a mix-up. P-Rob thought there was Marcus Williams was running with him, so he wouldn't have to kind of be one-on-one with him. And he thought Marcus was in deep in his safety position, but he wasn't. So wide open, and yeah, just the way we do it, the fashion we do it, wide open, deep pass, nobody's there. It's just horrendous. But even after all that, even after Will Lutz goes down, and I didn't even mention on that. I was just so aggravated when our offense was only able to get a field goal during the overtime, our first drive. Glad we won the coin toss, but the fact that we couldn't get a touchdown and steal the game, like that we had to put it in the defense hands. Like, I mean, as an offense, come on, man. Like, we weren't able to get a touchdown and end it there. We had to put it back in the defense's hands. Ridiculous. Just struggled so much moving the ball. But yeah, it's on the defense now. We just need to stop. And Marshon Lattimore doesn't let them convert the fourth down, and that was a huge stop. Demario Davis literally almost pushed him into the first down, but like Marshon Lattimore literally pulled, I think it was Williams back, Mike Williams, I'm not sure, pulled him back, and yeah, fourth down, game over. And I think the big pass to set up the field goal right before we went into overtime for the Chargers to seal the deal and just, it's game over. The big pass that they were just like, the announcers were like, if I were them, I would just take a shot. It's either PI or they catch it, you know, which is true. That should really be the game plan if anybody sees our secondary and it's going against us. But anyways, that big catch, I think that was with Mike Williams and Marshon's coverage, and I forget who else. But, I mean, like, that was just coverage like that. Like, I mean, Justin Herbert just took a shot, and it was, I think they said a 50-50 ball, and Marshon was trying to intercept it, but came short, got mossed. So, I mean, yeah. But, again, if it weren't for the kicker, the Chargers kicker, to miss the extra point in the first drive, so like their first touchdown, it ended up being 6 points instead of 7 because their kicker ended up missing an extra point. And if it weren't for that donk on the field goal before we get into overtime, which makes it go into overtime, man, game over. Like, the Saints wouldn't even be in overtime. But, yeah, just stuff like that. We caught a break. We caught a lucky break on a lot of the stuff. And even the drive where we just scored the field goal in overtime, and it's the Chargers drive. They would have converted a first down. I forgot who dropped the ball, but it was open, and he dropped the ball. Literally fell through his hands, which I think created fourth down or third down. I can't remember, but we got lucky. Like, this is pretty much a lucky win, guys. I mean, yeah, it took talent. It took Drew Brees to go down. Yeah, it took the defense to make a stop. But I mean, come on, like, we were lucky. We caught some lucky breaks, and we got the win because of that. And this just so happened Keenan Allen got hurt. I mean, like, imagine him being on the field. I forgot. I think he even went out in, like, the second quarter, maybe third. But, like, if he was on the field healthy, like, man. But Justin Herbert, I'm going to go over his stats real quick. He was 20 for 34, had 264 yards, 4 touchdowns, 0 interceptions. I mean, he's a rookie, and he played really, really well. Like, man, like, that dude is going to be something. Like, I knew coming into this game, like, it was going to be a problem. And I was wrong. I thought the Saints were going to win comfortably. I was wrong. I predicted the Saints by 10. I look stupid now, but I just thought that the Saints wouldn't have these problems that they were having at all. But I was wrong. But, yeah, Mike Williams, Guyton, I mean, they did good. They stepped up when Keenan Allen went down. As far as rushing, their lead rusher was Jackson. He only had 71 yards, and their second one was Kelly. He had 29 yards. We gave up that big run play, like, where he saw the coverage and just handed it off to the running back, and he, like, I'm pretty sure it was Jackson. He went off, and I was just like, I think that was maybe in the first quarter, but I mean, besides that, I thought our run defense did well. I'm surprised they got 71 yards. I'm sure it's because of that one play, but yeah, our run defense did well. But I knew they would, but I mean, well, the real problem here, the secondary. Lattimore did not have a good game at all, but he made the play that matters most. Who else? Marcus Williams didn't really do great. P-Rob didn't do great. I actually actually didn't really hear PJ Williams' name at all, really. Did not see him. I don't know if he was even on the field. But Cam got half a sack. Trey Hendrickson is on a roll. He got 1.5 sacks, and Rankins had 1 sack. I thought Demario Davis played well. I thought, we saw Marcus Davenport, I believe, in the first quarter. He looked good. I didn't really hear his name again. He probably got pressure, but I couldn't look throughout the game. I can't really see people's numbers. But, yeah, I mean, I thought we did pretty well pass rush. You could see that Justin was pretty shooken up after, we got to him a couple times. I mean, it's just really that secondary giving up big, wide open stuff. Just so much miscommunication, bad coverage, missed tackles. There wasn't a lot of missed tackles, but the ones we did have, we had 5 penalties, which equaled for 60 yards. It's not as bad as it's been, but still in all, it's just, yeah, it's just something. And we were 3 of 3 in red zone. Like I said, apparently, we are, not apparently. They said it on the broadcast when we were watching it. We are literally dead last in red zone. We were just really bad, and it showed. We let them score 3 times in the red zone. 3 of 3. Chargers were 3 of 3 against us in the red zone. Ridiculous. Yeah, but a good thing is that the Chargers, defensively, the Chargers had 17 attempts for 3rd down. We only let them get 8, and then they were 0 and 1 for 4th down. So I mean, I guess that's good. And then we did get 3 sacks, and then we did allow 0 points in the 3rd quarter. So, I mean, I don't know. Like, it's just like, I don't think our secondary would be as bad as if they didn't give up, like, just the most horrible plays to give up. Deep coverage, just nobody's near the receiver that catches it for like 50, 60 yards. Like, I don't know. But then we have like flashes of greatness where our pass rush gets to them and our secondary plays pretty well, like in the 3rd quarter. Like 0 points they allowed, and in the second, 3rd, and a little bit in the 4th quarter. Defense were playing great. It was just the offense that couldn't do anything. Yeah, I guess this wraps up this video. Man. Again, I'm really happy about the win. I'm glad we're in 1st place in the division. But, I mean, we got to clean up a lot of stuff. Glad there's a bye week, like I said. Yeah, I mean, it is what it is. Like, we got lucky on a lot of stuff, which caused us to win. But, yeah, I guess, I'll see you next time. Make sure to like, comment, share, subscribe. I want to know what you guys thought about this game, or just think about how we are as a team right now and how we will progress as a team later after this bye week and into the other games. We have Carolina after the bye, so I just want to know what you guys think. But yeah, thank you for watching, and peace. Who dat?